I was hoping to start this introductory video in the daytime, but, you know, it's nighttime in my world, so what can I do? So, this is a kind of pilot experimental episode in a format that I'm using, an experimental format for conveying philosophical ideas on the true nature of things. That's essentially the long and short of it. So, you know what? As is often the case in the real world, quote unquote, spontaneous shit happens. The rules of my universe here is that basically the only way for me to survive and make money is to commit crimes. To rob people, steal cars, do deals, buy businesses. I mean, I could do some legitimate stuff. I could buy businesses, make some investments, you know, and but as I was, beginning this video, I realized that there's this badass car here that I kind of really want, so I'm going to fucking steal it. Aw, shit. I got cops. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit more challenging than I thought in this experimental concept here, but ooh, that's an even nicer car. Oh yeah, by the way, my name is Penelope Pistol in this game, Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation 4. I'm a badass, hip, 80s, 90s fashion chick trying to survive in this weird world with its weird rules and regulations and physics. And trying to at the same time figure out, who am I? What is the true nature of reality? Ooh, psych them out. In the meantime, it's just inevitable, whether you wanted to call it what's happening, an experience, some spontaneous random anomaly, some cause and effect. Things happen and you gotta survive. Some people's reality, like Penelope Pistol here in Grand Theft Auto 5, you gotta commit crimes to survive. So in the midst of trying to pontificate, who am I, do I really exist, whatever, this is here, undeniably, right? You could say that this is the objective component, or if anything could be called objective, we can all acknowledge that this type of phenomena happens, right? This phenomenon happens. Phenomenon. All right, so check this out. I hope you'll bear with me. Again, this is all experiential, but I've got some interesting ideas and analogies to coordinate with the math, physics, the artificial intelligence, and the perspectives in which I can actually perceive and engage with this world and its rules right here, this quote-unquote virtual. Or you can say, that's an analogy for the idea that the physical world is illusory. And for all intents and purposes, for Penelope Pistol and the rules of Grand Theft Auto 5, this is my reality right now. So let me get away from these cops. We're going to go to my garage, go hide this car, hopefully keep it, make it our own, and get this heat off of us for a minute, and we'll get back to all this. Let's turn on the radio. This is boring, huh? Alright, looks like we're getting the heat off of us. But we're not out of the woods yet. Oh shit, that's not good. You know, oops. The rules of this world. Oh wait. I got a phone call.
Hey, it's your friend Simeon. You forget about me. Come, call me when you need something.
Alright. That's actually a guy at a shop that I can bring stolen cars to and make a little bit of money. Uh-oh. So let me just note that sometimes shit just happens in the world and it's, you have no control over it. So what's up, homie? Alright. But you know what? Let's make this interesting. I'm gonna kick this guy's ass. Oops. Take his money. Ooh, he had a gun. Got 17 bucks and a gun. You know what? That's useful. You hear what I'm saying? And this... oh shit. But there are consequences. Cause and effect. I got more cops on me now. So... overall, I don't know that that was worth it. Choices are apparently important, or at least have consequences. It looks like we might have gotten rid of them real quick. But you know what? I gotta find my garage on my map, so hang on. Go to my garage. And we're gonna go hide this car, because I like it, and I want to keep it. Okay, we got a bit of a ride, so as long as it looks like we got the heat off of us, if we run into any cops, more than likely there's like, you know, a warrant or some shit on me. They're gonna come looking for me, or they're gonna flash their lights and start tailing me. Ooh, maybe something else we like? Alright, so I digress. So, you know, there's rules, regulations here, and if you don't abide by them, whether you believe in them, whether you don't believe in them, whether you think that it's something that's real that's happening or not happening, whether you think you're in it or not in it, you are gonna, in some ways, shape or form... Oof. It's hard to drive and philosophize at the same time. Sometimes. I did better when the cops were chasing after me. So, anyway. I forgot where the freaking heck I was at. So we'll just continue here. Look, check this out. So I'll just show you something cool. So, I can actually have all these different camera angles, right? And, there's our first person, which we can say, you know, first person, that's kind of like the self. If you're experiencing things in this way, this is kind of like the, you know, the self is the first person perspective. I am a something inside of a container of a body of a thing, experiencing objects outside of itself, and making determinations, interpretations, imaginations about it all, right? It's important to note that all of this is also happening, you know, via the faculty of my brain. It's neurology, it's chemistry, neurochemistry. I can't experience all this. I can't talk to you. You can't hear all this if it wasn't for the fact that we have brains and that they facilitate our capacity to experience anything at all. Okay, so we're almost here. Alright, so I'm taking you to my garage. So this is like the sort of the first-person perspective in a video game like this, in a virtual world. Is very much like a perfect analogy for being a self or identifying as a self. I'm going to use all this as an analogy to share an observation. So we can say that this is the no-self perspective. You can say this is the observer, where you can observe, or the witness. That witness is the selfing. And we can say that this is, you could go even further back and distance yourself even more, identify even less, even to the point where, you know, you're one with it all. You're the observer and the perceived. And then we can come back down to the self level, where we are identifying with the world as a separate entity in an environment of other separate entities and objects. But what I find interesting is that no matter how you look at it, from this, that, or the other perspective, there is a reference point. There's a focal point. See, right now we're still within the perimeter of the awareness of my organism, of the biology of my character, its brain. So whether we're here, there, everywhere, whatever, yeah, we get more detail, different perspective, but at the same time, it's all still within the limited capacity of our senses to perceive, meaning you can't see further than your eyes can see, you can't hear further than your eyes can hear, you could only feel what you can touch, etc., etc., etc. So that seems to, at least if not anything, I mean, it just seems to at least hint at that there is some neurological phenomena, that the brain, the body, the biology, whether you believe it to be real, you don't believe it to be real, you think you're a self, not a self, you believe you're God, one, whatever, doesn't change the fact that all of it seems to be based on an awareness that's coming from the data received by the senses, and it's still within the rules and perimeters of those limitations. I got a lot more to say about all that, but I just want to make that note that there seems to be, if we look at it not just from a subjective, personal, it feels this way to me, therefore this is what the true nature of things must be, meaning I feel like reality is that I am a self in a body doing this thing, whatever, blah, 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 therefore that must be the case, or I'm not a self, I don't experience a self, I can't find a self, therefore the true nature of things is that there is no self. I don't know about all that. I'm going to say that those are all possible ways of interpreting and experiencing all this different perceptual phenomena. Whether I'm looking at it this way, that way, or the other, it all seems to be an interpretation of an experience of the same phenomena, this sphere of awareness that revolves around, in this instance, the biology of my character, the algorithm, the artificial intelligence, and its ability to perceive within its own limitations. So anyway, that was my garage. I paid like 150 grand for it. I don't have a ton of money, but I got a little bit of money. But I've got some goals in this world. Let's go over here and see. The sun's not quite getting down yet, but the sunsets in this world are beautiful. Oh, that's a nice backdrop. Hey, you know what? Let me get a nice angle here. There we go. What? Come back here, lady. Hang on. Bear with me. Alright, maybe like that? Nah, I wanted... Oh, yeah. Perfect. Alright, that's good enough. Anyway, so thank you for watching this video. I hope it was at least, if anything, entertaining, somewhat funny, whatever. In the next video, I think I'm going to go get a haircut, change these clothes. I need some new threads. I really like this car. I've got it insured. I want to go and maybe paint it, trick it out. And also, I need some ammunition because I've got some pretty heavy artillery. But I'm running out of bullets. So, until next time, enjoy. I hope you... one quick thing before I forget. So, you may or may not have noticed, but somewhere along the lines, I switched my car, and the car became a completely different car, a completely different color. I'm curious if you noticed. If you did, or you didn't, please comment and let me know. I'm really curious about whether or not anybody noticed that. Anyway, till next time.